En este video encontrarás 500 frases cortas y prácticas, cada una con su traducción al español, para que veas cómo se usan en situaciones reales del día a día. Hago iguala para hablar de algo que pasó en el pasado. Sin se iguala para indicar el momento exacto en que comenzó una acción. For iguala para expresar la duración de una acción. Con estos ejemplos aprenderás cómo hablar del pasado con naturalidad. Cómo expresar desde cuando haces algo. Cómo decir cuánto tiempo llevas haciendo algo. Ejemplos claros, fáciles y 100% útiles para conversaciones reales. Practica cada frase, repítela en voz alta y verás cómo tu inglés mejora día a día.
I left 2 days ago.
I left 2 days ago.
Me fui hace 2 días.
I left 2 days ago. I've been here since morning.
I've been here since morning.
He estado aquí desde la mañana.
I've been here since morning. She worked for hours.
She worked for hours.
Ella trabajó por horas.
She worked for hours. They met a year ago.
They met a year ago.
Ellos se conocieron hace un año.
They met a year ago. We've known each other since school.
We've known each other since school.
Nos conocemos desde la escuela.
We've known each other since school. He stayed for weeks.
He stayed for weeks.
Él se quedó por semanas.
He stayed for weeks. She called me an hour ago.
She called me an hour ago.
Ella me llamó hace una hora.
She called me an hour ago. I'd been waiting since noon.
I've been waiting since noon.
He estado esperando desde el mediodía.
I'd been waiting since noon. I studied for months.
I studied for months.
Estudié por meses.
I studied for months. They arrived 3 days ago.
They arrived 3 days ago.
Ellos llegaron hace 3 días.
They arrived 3 days ago. She's lived here since 2010.
She's lived here since 2010.
Ella ha vivido aquí desde 2010.
She's lived here since 2010. He worked for money.
He worked for money.
Él trabajó por dinero.
He worked for money. We met long ago.
We met long ago.
Nos conocimos hace mucho tiempo.
We met long ago. She's been sad since yesterday.
She's been sad since yesterday.
Ella ha estado triste desde ayer.
She's been sad since yesterday. I walked for miles.
I walked for miles.
Caminé por milla.
I walked for miles. He left moments ago.
He left moments ago.
Él se fue hace momentos.
He left moments ago. I've felt better since then.
I've felt better since then.
Me he sentido mejor desde entonces.
I've felt better since then. We talked for minutes.
We talked for minutes.
Hablamos por minutos.
We talked for minutes. I saw her years ago.
I saw her years ago.
La vi hace años.
I saw her years ago. We've been busy since Friday.
We've been busy since Friday.
Hemos estado ocupados desde el viernes.
We've been busy since Friday. She waited for help.
She waited for help.
Ella esperó por ayuda.
She waited for help. They moved here long ago.
They moved here long ago.
Ellos se mudaron aquí hace.
They moved here long ago. I've been here since last week.
I've been here since last week.
He estado aquí desde la semana pasada.
I've been here since last week. She worked for peace.
She worked for peace.
Ella trabajó por la paz.
She worked for peace. He finished 2 hours ago.
He finished 2 hours ago.
Él terminó hace 2 horas.
He finished 2 hours ago. We've known him since college.
We've known him since college.
Lo conocemos desde la universidad.
We've known him since college. I stayed for months.
I stayed for months.
Me quedé por meses.
I stayed for months. She left a while ago.
She left a while ago.
Ella se fue hace un rato.
She left a while ago. I've loved him since childhood.
I've loved him since childhood.
Lo amo desde la infancia.
I've loved him since childhood. They worked for food.
They worked for food.
Ellos trabajaron por comida.
They worked for food. I came here years ago.
I came here years ago.
Vine aquí hace años.
I came here years ago. She's lived there since birth.
She's lived there since birth.
Ella ha vivido allí desde su nacimiento.
She's lived there since birth. He studied for hours.
He studied for hours.
Él estudió por horas.
He studied for hours. We met ages ago.
We met ages ago.
Nos conocimos hace siglos.
We met ages ago. I've been learning since Monday.
I've been learning since Monday.
He estado aprendiendo desde el lunes.
I've been learning since Monday. She stayed for days.
She stayed for days.
Ella se quedó por días.
She stayed for days. He left a long time ago.
He left a long time ago.
Él se fue hace mucho tiempo.
He left a long time ago. They've been friends since 2015.
They've been friends since 2015.
Ellos son amigos desde 2015.
They've been friends since 2015. I waited for hours.
I waited for hours.
Esperé por horas.
I waited for hours. We spoke a while ago.
We spoke a while ago.
Hablamos hace un rato.
We spoke a while ago. I've worked here since summer.
I've worked here since summer.
He trabajado aquí desde el verano.
I've worked here since summer. He trained for years.
He trained for years.
Él se entrenó por años.
He trained for years. She arrived 2 weeks ago.
She arrived 2 weeks ago.
Ella llegó hace 2 semanas.
She arrived 2 weeks ago. We've been happy since then.
We've been happy since then.
Hemos sido felices desde entonces.
We've been happy since then. I lived there for months.
I lived there for months.
Viví allí por meses.
I lived there for months. They left an hour ago.
They left an hour ago.
Ellos se fueron hace una hora.
They left an hour ago. I've studied English since school.
I've studied English since school.
He estudiado inglés desde la escuela.
I've studied English since school. She walked for miles.
She walked for miles.
Ella caminó por millas.
She walked for miles. He died many years ago.
He died many years ago.
Él murió hace
He died many years ago. We've worked together since May.
We've worked together since May.
muchos años.
We've worked together since May. I sang for fun.
I sang for fun.
Hemos trabajado juntos desde mayo.
I sang for fun. She left seconds ago.
She left seconds ago.
Canté por diversión.
She left seconds ago. I've been here since morning.
I've been here since morning.
Ella se fue hace segundos.
I've been here since morning. They studied for tests.
They studied for tests.
He estado aquí desde la mañana.
They studied for tests. He came home days ago.
He came home days ago.
Ellos estudiaron para exámenes.
He came home days ago. I've known him since childhood.
I've known him since childhood.
Él vino a casa hace días.
I've known him since childhood. We stayed for dinner.
We stayed for dinner.
Lo conozco desde la infancia.
We stayed for dinner. She returned years ago.
She returned years ago.
Nos quedamos para la cena.
She returned years ago. I've been waiting since yesterday.
I've been waiting since yesterday.
Ella regresó hace años.
I've been waiting since yesterday. They worked for change.
They worked for change.
He estado esperando desde ayer.
They worked for change. I saw him minutes ago.
I saw him minutes ago.
Ellos trabajaron por un cambio.
I saw him minutes ago. She's lived here since then.
She's lived here since then.
Lo vi hace minutos.
She's lived here since then. We trained for hours.
We trained for hours.
Ella ha vivido aquí desde entonces.
We trained for hours. He left the city long ago.
He left the city long ago.
Entrenamos por horas.
He left the city long ago. I've trusted him since always.
I've trusted him since always.
Él dejó la ciudad hace mucho tiempo.
I've trusted him since always. She waited for days.
She waited for days.
Siempre he confiado en él.
She waited for days. I've been here since Tuesday.
I've been here since Tuesday.
Ella esperó por días.
I've been here since Tuesday. We stayed for lunch.
We stayed for lunch.
He estado aquí desde el martes.
We stayed for lunch. He died centuries ago.
He died centuries ago.
Nos quedamos para el almuerzo.
He died centuries ago. I've loved music since childhood.
I've loved music since childhood.
Él murió hace siglos.
I've loved music since childhood. She worked for success.
She worked for success.
Amo la música desde la infancia.
She worked for success. We met an hour ago.
We met an hour ago.
Ella trabajó por el éxito.
We met an hour ago. I've been happy since last year.
I've been happy since last year.
Nos conocimos hace una hora.
I've been happy since last year. He waited for years.
He waited for years.
He sido feliz desde el año pasado.
He waited for years. She left months ago.
She left months ago.
Él esperó por años.
She left months ago. We've studied since morning.
We've studied since morning.
Ella se fue hace meses.
We've studied since morning. They lived there for weeks.
They lived there for weeks.
Hemos estudiado desde la mañana.
They lived there for weeks. I saw her long ago.
I saw her long ago.
Ellos vivieron allí por semana.
I saw her long ago. I've been fine since then.
I've been fine since then.
La vi hace mucho tiempo.
I've been fine since then. He studied for days.
He studied for days.
He estado bien desde entonces.
He studied for days. She moved here years ago.
She moved here years ago.
Él estudió por días.
She moved here years ago. We've been close since school.
We've been close since school.
Ella se mudó aquí hace años.
We've been close since school. They waited for hours.
They waited for hours.
Hemos sido cercanos desde la escuela.
They waited for hours. He called minutes ago.
He called minutes ago.
Ellos esperaron por horas.
He called minutes ago. I've been working since Monday.
I've been working since Monday.
Él llamó hace minutos.
I've been working since Monday. She stayed for weeks.
She stayed for weeks.
He estado trabajando desde el lunes.
She stayed for weeks. We met a long time ago.
We met a long time ago.
Ella se quedó por semanas.
We met a long time ago. They've been together since 2018.
They've been together since 2018.
Nos conocimos hace mucho tiempo.
They've been together since 2018. I studied for days.
I studied for days.
Han estado juntos desde 2018.
I studied for days. He left 2 nights ago.
He left 2 nights ago.
Estudié por días.
He left 2 nights ago. I've lived here since March.
I've lived here since March.
Él se fue hace 2 noches.
I've lived here since March. She worked for her family.
She worked for her family.
He vivido aquí desde marzo.
She worked for her family. We saw him days ago.
We saw him days ago.
Ella trabajó por su familia.
We saw him days ago. I've trusted her since then.
I've trusted her since then.
Lo vimos hace días.
I've trusted her since then. He stayed for months.
He stayed for months.
He confiado en ella desde entonces.
He stayed for months. They moved away years ago.
They moved away years ago.
Él se quedó por meses.
They moved away years ago. I've been tired since yesterday.
I've been tired since yesterday.
Ellos se mudaron hace años.
I've been tired since yesterday. She trained for hours.
She trained for hours.
He estado cansado desde ayer.
She trained for hours. He returned long ago.
He returned long ago.
Ella se entrenó por horas.
He returned long ago. I've been here since this morning.
I've been here since this morning.
Él regresó hace mucho tiempo.
I've been here since this morning. Quieres que te entregue el resto en 4 bloques?
Quieres que te entregue el resto en 4 bloques más de
He estado aquí desde esta mañana.
Quieres que te entregue el resto en 4 bloques más de 101,000 J. Stayed for hours.
They stayed for hours.
Ellos se quedaron por horas.
They stayed for hours. I saw him long ago.
I saw him long ago.
Lo vi hace mucho tiempo.
I saw him long ago. She's been here since childhood.
She's been here since childhood.
Ella ha estado aquí desde la infancia.
She's been here since childhood. He worked for days.
He worked for days.
Él trabajó por días.
He worked for days. They left weeks ago.
They left weeks ago.
Ellos se fueron hace semanas.
They left weeks ago. I've been studying since January.
I've been studying since January.
He estado estudiando desde enero.
I've been studying since January. We trained for weeks.
We trained for weeks.
Entrenamos por semana.
We trained for weeks. He arrived moments ago.
He arrived moments ago.
Él llegó hace momento.
He arrived moments ago. I've been here since yesterday.
I've been here since yesterday.
He estado aquí desde ayer.
I've been here since yesterday. She waited for weeks.
She waited for weeks.
Ella esperó por semanas.
She waited for weeks. They moved here long ago.
They moved here long ago.
Ellos se mudaron aquí hace.
They moved here long ago. I've known her since 2005.
I've known her since 2005.
La conozco desde 2005.
I've known her since 2005. We stayed for hours.
We stayed for hours.
Nos quedamos por horas.
We stayed for hours. He returned days ago.
He returned days ago.
Él regresó hace día.
He returned days ago. I've been here since Friday.
I've been here since Friday.
He estado aquí desde el viernes.
I've been here since Friday. She studied for years.
She studied for years.
Ella estudió por años.
She studied for years. We met a long while ago.
We met a long while ago.
Nos conocimos hace mucho tiempo.
We met a long while ago. They've lived here since spring.
They've lived here since spring.
Ellos han vivido aquí desde la primavera.
They've lived here since spring. I worked for days.
I worked for days.
Trabajé por días.
I worked for days. She left minutes ago.
She left minutes ago.
Ella se fue hace minutos.
She left minutes ago. I've been sick since Monday.
I've been sick since Monday.
He estado enfermo desde el lunes.
I've been sick since Monday. They studied for hours.
They studied for hours.
Ellos estudiaron por horas.
They studied for hours. He came long ago.
He came long ago.
Él vino hace mucho tiempo.
He came long ago. We've been friends since 2010.
We've been friends since 2010.
Somos amigos desde 2010.
We've been friends since 2010. She worked for justice.
She worked for justice.
Ella trabajó por justicia.
She worked for justice. He left last week ago.
He left last week ago.
Él se fue hace una semana.
He left last week ago. I've known them since childhood.
I've known them since childhood.
Los conozco desde la infancia.
I've known them since childhood. They stayed for months.
They stayed for months.
Ellos se quedaron por meses.
They stayed for months. She died long ago.
She died long ago.
Ella murió hace mucho.
She died long ago. I've been busy since yesterday.
I've been busy since yesterday.
He estado ocupado desde ayer.
I've been busy since yesterday. We studied for weeks.
We studied for weeks.
Estudiamos por semanas.
We studied for weeks. He called years ago.
He called years ago.
Él llamó hace años.
He called years ago. They've lived here since 2012.
They've lived here since 2012.
Ellos han vivido aquí desde 2012.
They've lived here since 2012. I walked for days.
I walked for days.
Caminé por días.
I walked for days. She moved here months ago.
She moved here months ago.
Ella se mudó aquí hace meses.
She moved here months ago. I've worked here since July.
I've worked here since July.
He trabajado aquí desde julio.
I've worked here since July. They trained for days.
They trained for days.
Ellos se entrenaron por días.
They trained for days. He returned years ago.
He returned years ago.
Él regresó hace años.
He returned years ago. We've known each other since then.
We've known each other since then.
Nos conocemos desde entonces.
We've known each other since then. She stayed for months.
She stayed for months.
Ella se quedó por meses.
She stayed for months. I left minutes ago.
I left minutes ago.
Me fui hace minutos.
I left minutes ago. I've been here since dawn.
I've been here since dawn.
He estado aquí desde el amanecer.
I've been here since dawn. He studied for weeks.
He studied for weeks.
Él estudió por semanas.
He studied for weeks. They came long ago.
They came long ago.
Ellos vinieron hace mucho tiempo.
They came long ago. We've been close since childhood.
We've been close since childhood.
Hemos sido cercanos desde la infancia.
We've been close since childhood. She waited for months.
She waited for months.
Ella esperó por meses.
She waited for months. He left hours ago.
He left hours ago.
Él se fue hace horas.
He left hours ago. I've been fine since Friday.
I've been fine since Friday.
He estado bien desde el viernes.
I've been fine since Friday. They lived here for years.
They lived here for years.
Ellos vivieron aquí por años.
They lived here for years. She met him long ago.
She met him long ago.
Ella lo conoció hace mucho tiempo.
She met him long ago. I've trusted you since then.
I've trusted you since then.
He confiado en ti desde entonces.
I've trusted you since then. We studied for months.
We studied for months.
Estudiamos por meses.
We studied for months. He left 2 days ago.
He left 2 days ago.
Él se fue hace 2 días.
He left 2 days ago. I've worked here since winter.
I've worked here since winter.
He trabajado aquí desde el invierno.
I've worked here since winter. She stayed for weeks.
She stayed for weeks.
Ella se quedó por semanas.
She stayed for weeks. They left ages ago.
They left ages ago.
Ellos se fueron hace siglos.
They left ages ago. I've been waiting since last night.
I've been waiting since last night.
He estado esperando desde anoche.
I've been waiting since last night. We worked for hours.
We worked for hours.
Trabajamos por horas.
We worked for hours. He returned moments ago.
He returned moments ago.
Él regresó hace momentos.
He returned moments ago. I've lived here since 2020.
I've lived here since 2020.
He vivido aquí desde 2020.
I've lived here since 2020. They trained for weeks.
They trained for weeks.
Ellos entrenaron por semana.
They trained for weeks. She called years ago.
She called years ago.
Ella llamó hace años.
She called years ago. We've been together since April.
We've been together since April.
Hemos estado juntos desde abril.
We've been together since April. He worked for hours.
He worked for hours.
Él trabajó por horas.
He worked for hours. They moved here long ago.
They moved here long ago.
Ellos se mudaron aquí hace.
They moved here long ago. I've been studying since morning.
I've been studying since morning.
He estado estudiando desde la mañana.
I've been studying since morning. She stayed for hours.
She stayed for hours.
Ella se quedó por horas.
She stayed for hours. We met months ago.
We met months ago.
Nos conocimos hace meses.
We met months ago. He's been here since Monday.
He's been here since Monday.
Él ha estado aquí desde el lunes.
He's been here since Monday. They waited for years.
They waited for years.
Ellos esperaron por años.
They waited for years. I left long ago.
I left long ago.
Me fui hace mucho tiempo.
I left long ago. I've been here since childhood.
I've been here since childhood.
He estado aquí desde la niñez.
I've been here since childhood. She studied for months.
She studied for months.
Ella estudió por meses.
She studied for months. He died years ago.
He died years ago.
Él murió hace años.
He died years ago. We've been happy since then.
We've been happy since then.
Hemos sido felices desde entonces.
We've been happy since then. They worked for hours.
They worked for hours.
Ellos trabajaron por horas.
They worked for hours. I saw her ages ago.
I saw her ages ago.
La vi hace siglos.
I saw her ages ago. I've known him since last year.
I've known him since last year.
Lo conozco desde el año pasado.
I've known him since last year. She trained for years.
She trained for years.
Ella se entrenó por años.
She trained for years. They left moments ago.
They left moments ago.
Ellos se fueron hace momento.
They left moments ago. I've been here since noon.
I've been here since noon.
He estado aquí desde el mediodía.
I've been here since noon. We stayed for weeks.
We stayed for weeks.
Nos quedamos por semana.
We stayed for weeks. He arrived years ago.
He arrived years ago.
Él llegó hace años.
He arrived years ago. They worked for months.
They worked for months.
Ellos trabajaron por meses.
They worked for months. She called long ago.
She called long ago.
Ella llamó hace.
She called long ago. I've trusted you since always.
I've trusted you since always.
Siempre he confiado en ti.
I've trusted you since always. He studied for months.
He studied for months.
Él estudió por meses.
He studied for months. They left days ago.
They left days ago.
Ellos se fueron hace días.
They left days ago. We've been here since Sunday.
We've been here since Sunday.
Hemos estado aquí desde el domingo.
We've been here since Sunday. She waited for hours.
She waited for hours.
Ella esperó por horas.
She waited for hours. He moved here years ago.
He moved here years ago.
Él se mudó aquí hace años.
He moved here years ago. I've worked since last summer.
I've worked since last summer.
He trabajado desde el verano pasado.
I've worked since last summer. They trained for months.
They trained for months.
Ellos entrenaron por meses.
They trained for months. She left a moment ago.
She left a moment ago.
Ella se fue hace un momento.
She left a moment ago. We've been friends since school.
We've been friends since school.
Hemos sido amigos desde la escuela.
We've been friends since school. He stayed for weeks.
He stayed for weeks.
Él se quedó por semanas.
He stayed for weeks. I came here years ago.
I came here years ago.
Vine aquí hace años.
I came here years ago. She's lived here since 2011.
She's lived here since 2011.
Ella ha vivido aquí desde 2011.
She's lived here since 2011. They studied for months.
They studied for months.
Ellos estudiaron por meses.
They studied for months. We met years ago.
We met years ago.
Nos conocimos hace años.
We met years ago. I've been working since yesterday.
I've been working since yesterday.
He estado trabajando desde ayer.
I've been working since yesterday. He waited for hours.
He waited for hours.
Él esperó por horas.
He waited for hours. She left weeks ago.
She left weeks ago.
Ella se fue hace semanas.
She left weeks ago. We've been close since then.
We've been close since then.
Hemos estado cercanos desde entonces.
We've been close since then. They worked for weeks.
They worked for weeks.
Ellos trabajaron por semana.
They worked for weeks. He died long ago.
He died long ago.
Él murió hace mucho.
He died long ago. I've been fine since last week.
I've been fine since last week.
He estado bien desde la semana pasada.
I've been fine since last week. We trained for hours.
We trained for hours.
Entrenamos por horas.
We trained for hours. She returned months ago.
She returned months ago.
Ella regresó hace meses.
She returned months ago. I've been here since June.
I've been here since June.
He estado aquí desde junio.
I've been here since June. They stayed for days.
They stayed for days.
Ellos se quedaron por días.
They stayed for days. He left an hour ago.
He left an hour ago.
Él se fue hace una hora.
He left an hour ago. We've known each other since 2013.
We've known each other since 2013.
Nos conocemos desde 2013.
We've known each other since 2013. She studied for hours.
She studied for hours.
Ella estudió por horas.
She studied for hours. They came here long ago.
They came here long ago.
Ellos vinieron aquí hace mucho tiempo.
They came here long ago. I've been happy since last month.
I've been happy since last month.
He estado feliz desde el mes pasado.
I've been happy since last month. He worked for days.
He worked for days.
Él trabajó por días.
He worked for days. She left years ago.
She left years ago.
Ella se fue hace años.
She left years ago. We've been here since Monday.
We've been here since Monday.
Hemos estado aquí desde el lunes.
We've been here since Monday. They trained for years.
They trained for years.
Ellos se entrenaron por años.
They trained for years. He returned moments ago.
He returned moments ago.
Él regresó hace momentos.
He returned moments ago. I've been here since morning.
I've been here since morning.
He estado aquí desde la mañana.
I've been here since morning. She stayed for months.
She stayed for months.
Ella se quedó por meses.
She stayed for months. They left ages ago.
They left ages ago.
Ellos se fueron hace siglos.
They left ages ago. I've trusted him since then.
I've trusted him since then.
He confiado en él desde entonces.
I've trusted him since then. He studied for hours.
He studied for hours.
Él estudió por horas.
He studied for hours. We met long ago.
We met long ago.
Nos conocimos hace mucho tiempo.
We met long ago. She's been here since 2019.
She's been here since 2019.
Ella ha estado aquí desde 2019.
She's been here since 2019. They worked for months.
They worked for months.
Ellos trabajaron por meses.
They worked for months. He left moments ago.
He left moments ago.
Él se fue hace momentos.
He left moments ago. I've known her since childhood.
I've known her since childhood.
La conozco desde la infancia.
I've known her since childhood. She waited for weeks.
She waited for weeks.
Ella esperó por semanas.
She waited for weeks. We've been here since Tuesday.
We've been here since Tuesday.
Hemos estado aquí desde el martes.
We've been here since Tuesday. He stayed for days.
He stayed for days.
Él se quedó por días.
He stayed for days. They came years ago.
They came years ago.
Ellos vinieron hace años.
They came years ago. I've been studying since morning.
I've been studying since morning.
He estado estudiando desde la mañana.
I've been studying since morning. She worked for months.
She worked for months.
Ella trabajó por meses.
She worked for months. He died centuries ago.
He died centuries ago.
Él murió hace siglos.
He died centuries ago. We've been happy since January.
We've been happy since January.
Hemos sido felices desde enero.
We've been happy since January. They trained for days.
They trained for days.
Ellos se entrenaron por días.
They trained for days. She left days ago.
She left days ago.
Ella se fue hace días.
She left days ago. I've lived here since last year.
I've lived here since last year.
He vivido aquí desde el año pasado.
I've lived here since last year. He waited for months.
He waited for months.
Él esperó por meses.
He waited for months. We stayed for hours.
We stayed for hours.
Nos quedamos por horas.
We stayed for hours. They left hours ago.
They left hours ago.
Ellos se fueron hace horas.
They left hours ago. I've been here since May.
I've been here since May.
He estado aquí desde mayo.
I've been here since May.